Hello and welcome to our just-in-time training. My name is Terry Locklear. I'm the instructional designer here in the Office of Online Learning at UNCP. The purpose of this training is to provide some just-in-time training for faculty that are teaching online. The two primary programs we're covering in this session is Canvas and online teaching in Canvas. That's going to be the asynchronous portion of what I'm covering. And next, we're also, for the synchronous portion, we're going to be covering WebEx. So we're going to be talking about online synchronous teaching in WebEx, and I'm going to be trying to integrate some best practices into to each one of those. So the overall purpose is just-in-time training. In light of what's going on campus and the population and what we're dealing with, I think this is a fitting discussion for what's going on right now. Some general considerations for the good of the order. For those of you that have not taught online before, we want to go ahead and state up front that there's no need to panic. Although online learning may be new for you, it's really not very new in terms of the overall academy. It's been around quite some time, and schools have been doing it for a while, and it does work. While we're covering this topic, I want you to go ahead and consider a few things here. It may be time to reconsider the way you assess students. So think about case-based learning, project-based learning, digital storytelling, and maybe some presentations. Other resources we're going to cover later on, they're going to be located at uncp.edu/online. So right now, let's talk about how you get started with Canvas or getting it set up. The desktop version of Canvas, the URL is canvas.uncp.edu, and for the mobile version, there's a Canvas app. If you're an Apple or iOS user, when you go to the App Store, just search for Canvas. There's two different versions. There's a Canvas Teacher and a Canvas Student. Just make sure you get the Canvas Teacher app. When you open it up, you're going to need to click on Find My School, type in UNC Pembroke, and move on from there. This is what the desktop version looks like. When you navigate to canvas.uncp.edu, you can use your UNCP username and password to log in. While considering how to design or redesign courses for online delivery, the most basic features of Canvas are listed here. They will essentially be the essence of what we're covering during the Canvas portion of the training. Pages, building assessments and assignments, gradebook, discussion boards, communication tools, and using the modules function. Whenever you first open a blank Canvas course, you'll notice that there's two options here. Create a new module or add existing content. For the purposes of this discussion, I'm going to go ahead and click on Create a New Module. And I want you to go ahead and start thinking about what a module is. You can essentially think of a module in two ways. In terms of the technical aspect of it, it's a container of links. It links to assignments, discussions, pages, etc. But in terms of pedagogy, it's a way of organizing your lessons. So for example, you may want to organize your modules in terms of weeks. We're going to call this one week 5. So everything that we add to this module is going to be associated with week 5. The most basic aspect of Canvas essentially is pages. Now we're going to talk about creating new pages, adding contents, organization, and publishing. So now that we have a module called week 5, you may want to click on plus here to add. So that plus is adding something to the week 5 module. I'm going to go ahead and click on page. Since there's no pages created, we're just going to add a new page called week 5 info. So I'm going to click on add item, and now you'll notice that there's a page within a module. In order for me to edit that page, I'm going to click on week 5 info and then edit, and you'll notice that it brings up this edit box, and there's a lot of different options here, and you can hover over each one to see the functionality. So essentially, the page is called week 5 information. You should write something here guiding students into what's going to be completed in week 5. Each time you make a change within Canvas, or anytime you make a change to a page or an assignment, it's going to look similar to this. The process is going to be very similar. You're going to want to click Save, and I'll talk about Publish a little bit later. So if we go back to Home here, you'll notice that there's the week 5 info page within the week 5 module. I can click on that. So now let's discuss assignments. I'm going to talk about creating assignments and publishing those. I want to also get into a little bit of information about student file upload types and maybe some limits. Creating assignments within the module, same process. You can click on plus. So we're going to add assignment to week 5. There's not an assignment that's already created. So I'm going to click on add new assignment and call it week 5 paper. you can take note of the different icons within the module. This is just a page icon, and this is an assignment icon. Click on week 5 paper. Okay, and do edit. Once again, that's a very similar box to what you saw before. You're going to add information related to what do students need to know to complete this week 5 paper. What are your expectations? We're going to say it's going to be on chapter 5 summary, at least 3 to 5 pages. So what are the requirements needed to complete this assignment? With a focus on A, B, C, D. So we're going to put in a point value here. Assignment group is right now assignments. Display grades as points. There's multiple options here. In terms of submission type, for fully online classes, we're going to say that this is going to be an online submission and it's going to be a file upload. You don't have to, but you have the option to restrict file uploads to certain types. You can say DOCX and click save. So if we go back to the module, you'll notice that there's a week 5 paper assignment, and you'll see the point value here. If you want to go back and change anything, you can click on that, go into edit, scroll down. You may want to put in a due date. We're going to say that this paper is going to be due on the 27th. And you can say it's available from today until the 31st. And essentially what that means is the paper is going to be due on the 27th, but it's available for students to submit until the 31st. If somebody submits it after the due date, then you have the option of reducing credit by it being late. And we're going to click on save. That's essentially a quick overview of assignments. So now let's go into assessments. We're going to talk about creating assessments, adding and editing questions, question types, options, and publishing. So if I go back to home and within the module, just say that you've got a quiz or a test associated with week number 5 that needs to go into this module. So I'll click the add button. I'm going to add a quiz. And one thing to note is everything that's automatically graded, tests, quizzes, they're all considered quizzes. So I'm going to click add quiz to week 5. We don't have any quizzes created, so I'm going to do new quiz, and I'm going to call it week 5 quiz. So in order for me to edit or add questions to this quiz, I'm going to open it up, click on edit. After clicking on edit, you'll see very similar edit window like we had before. You can type here your quiz requirements. So you can say 60-minute time limit. You can say that this covers chapter 5. You can say that it's a graded quiz. We'll talk about assignment groups in a minute. You can put a time limit on here if you'd like. We'll say that there's a 60-minute time limit. Many options here. Same thing goes for the due dates as before. If you need to add questions, you can click on the question tab and then plus question. I like to go ahead and name the questions, and I'll just say this is number 1, and it's going to be a multiple choice. You can give it a point value here if you'd like. I'm going to make something easy. I'm going to say the sky is. I'm going to say that the correct answer is here. Just click there for the correct answer. Click update question. So in order for me to see the answers that I put in, you have to click on show question details, and then you've got question number 1. Here's the correct answer. You can uncheck that, add another question if you'd like. There's many question types for Canvas quizzes. So that was number 1. We can say number 2 is going to be a true false. True. Update question. Now I'm going to click save. We'll talk about publishing a little bit later. So now if I go to home, and within the module, you'll see that there's a week 5 quiz within the week 5 module. Now I can click on that and then click on preview. This is essentially what it's going to look like to students. Now moving right along, let's talk about discussions. We're going to cover creating discussions, some options associated with discussions, publishing, and moderating. So week 5 module, once again, we want to click on add. We're going to add a discussion to week 5, and we're gonna call it, of course, week 5 discussion. Okay, so I'm gonna add item, and once again you'll notice the different icons here. In order for me to edit week 5, I'm gonna click on it and edit. We're gonna say discuss. When you create discussions in an online class, you want to create the discussion in such a way that the responses from students are going to be about experiences. It's going to be something related to them. You don't want all students responding to have the same response. So this is not a place where you're going to ask something like, what color is the sky? Because everybody's just going to say blue, right? So I'm going to say, how did the readings in chapter 5 resonate or connect with your experiences as a college student? You may want to allow threaded replies, of course, depending on how you want to facilitate the discussion. If you want students responding to each other, that will need to be checked. I'm a fan of using this option. Users must post before seeing replies, because you want to ensure that students don't read others' responses first and then create their response based on what others said. So we're going to save that and back to home. And now you'll see that the week 5 module contains an information page, an assignment, which is a paper, a quiz, and a discussion. One thing that I can mention, if you wanted to add a file to week 5, you can click on New File, choose Files. Just say you wanted to add a PowerPoint. You could find it and insert it there, and it would show up in the module as well. Something that you may notice here on the left-hand side are these little icons. So if you highlight over, one of the things that you'll notice in Canvas, that highlighting over certain icons gives you more information about those links. So for example, if I hover over this, you'll see that there's no content and it's not visible to students. Same thing with pages. One of the advantages of using modules, for example, this is a page here, and then this is a page here. Right now it's not visible to students. If pages are visible to students and you're using pages within modules, it may cause some confusion if this is not hidden. So for example, right now if I open up pages, I can see that I have the week 5 info page created here, which is also linked from within the module. So items that are available within modules, I'm going to hide them within the Canvas menu. And in order to do that, you're going to scroll down to the bottom of your course and click Settings, and then Navigation. And we created discussions in modules. I'm going to hide that. Same thing for assignments. I'm going to disable that. I'm going to enable grades. We're going to hide pages, files, and I think quizzes. I want to hide quizzes as well. And then click Save. So now all of that information is hidden from students. Let's discuss how to publish content and make that content visible to students. From within this module, you'll notice the circle with the line through it. A circle with the line through it indicates that none of this is available to students, or none of this is visible to students right now. In order to make that content visible, you're going to want to click Publish. So now, even though this is visible, the module is not. So in order to make the contents from within the module visible, we're going to have to click that. Okay, so if you want to see if something is visible or not, you're going to want to open up Student View. So now when you click on Student View, you can see what's visible to students. So for example, if I wanted to disable a couple of these and open up Student View, you'll see that the only page visible to students is the week 5 info. I'm going to go ahead and make everything visible, or all of these available. Student View, all of these available, and then click on Student View. Now you can tell that they're all there. So the next portion of this presentation has to do with WebEx. We're going to talk about WebEx and how it integrates in Canvas. In order to access WebEx from a desktop, you're going to navigate to uncp.webex.com. And then there's also a app associated with WebEx as well. This is what the desktop version looks like, and if you search the App Store, this is what you're going to find for the app. It's called Cisco WebEx Meetings. The topics discussed here, we're going to talk about lecturing via WebEx, holding office hours, recording and captioning lectures, posting those in Canvas. Using our same course here that contained the week 5 modules, I'm going to scroll down here on the left hand side of the page, and you'll see that Cisco WebEx is an option here in the menu. When WebEx opens, you're going to see two tabs, Setup and Analytics. And you're going to be asked to choose your features. So what I want to do for the purpose of this discussion is talk about virtual meetings and office hours, and then click Apply. After clicking Apply, you'll notice that the office hours and the virtual meetings tab appeared. Office hours from within Canvas essentially means that you can have students in all of your classes scheduling time to meet with you via WebEx. You can determine your meeting duration here. What sort of increments do you want to have available for students? Say 15-minute increments. And I'm going to, for the purpose of this discussion, I'm going to say that my office hours are going to be on Wednesdays from 9 to 11. The advantage of using WebEx to set up your office hours is that once you make those selections available in one course, they'll apply to all of your other courses as well. So you're not going to have different office hours for each course. I'm going to scroll down and click Save. So now let's talk about virtual meetings. Those are essentially synchronous discussions or synchronous meetings that you can have with students. So just say that you're transitioning a face-to-face class to an online class. Your class time was Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. So you know that students have that time available. They don't have any other class scheduled during that time. So essentially, you could say you're gonna host virtual class hours during those same times. So in order to get that scheduled, I'm going to click on New Meeting, and I'm going to say starting on Monday, the 23rd at 9 a.m. Okay, click Done, and the duration is 1 hour. So essentially, this is blocking off 9 to 10, and we can say weekly, every Monday until May 4th. So essentially what you're saying is we're creating a meeting, and we're going to call it, let's say this class is English 1060, and starting on the 23rd at 9 a.m. for 1 hour every week on Monday, ending on May 4th, we're going to have English 1060. Click Create Meeting. Now, I'm going to click on Home, Student View, Cisco WebEx, and these students are going to notice that there's an upcoming meeting starting on the 21st at 9 a.m. and they can click Join. And in office hours, they'll notice that you have availability on Wednesdays, every Wednesday. And if they want to schedule an appointment, they'll just click there and confirm meeting. In order to schedule office hours, they'll just select a time and confirm. Now we can leave student view, and that's essentially a broad overview of Canvas and WebEx. I do realize that was a quick discussion and a 30,000-foot view of what Canvas and WebEx can do. So we want to let you know about some of our other resources. There's going to be additional training sessions. We have templates available for staff. We're going to be doing some consultations. And we have the website available and the Canvas training module for faculty. And all of this through the Office of Online Learning is going to be associated with assistance for instructional design. If you would like additional help in terms of IT, the Division of Information Technology is available for technical related issues, and their number is going to be 910-521-6260. And also another resource that we have here, if you go to Canvas and click on Help, you'll notice that there's a 1-800 number or 1833 number for faculty. There's also Canvas support available via chat. So if you click on that and open it up, it'll bring up a chat box, and the folks over at Canvas are very helpful. If you click this link, you can chat with someone from Canvas to get additional help. The phone assistance and chat functions are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Within Canvas, you should have access to Canvas training for faculty. I think some faculty members may be hidden this course. Some faculty members maybe remove this class from their dashboard, and if that's the case, you can click on Courses and find it in there. I'm going to open it up. Over the past couple of weeks, we've added some some more resources associated with our continuity plan that can be found here. And additionally, we're going to be doing more WebEx live synchronous sessions in the future. If you open up that course and click on WebEx here, you can find those sessions and join them from there. Please feel free to reach out for any issues associated with teaching and learning. And additionally, the help desk is at 6260. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you watching. Good luck with your online course development and have a wonderful rest of your day.